Now we're going to look at some division strategies, and we're going to look at, first one we're going to look at is partial quotients. And in 4th grade, students are going to find whole number quotients and remainders with up to 4-digit dividends and 1-digit divisors. And they're going to use strategies based on place value, the properties of operations, and or the relationship between multiplication and division. All right, let's look at the problem 124 divided by 6. To start with, I'm going to make a think box which will help me do my division. So I'm going to do 1 group of 6 equals 6. 2 groups of 6 equals 12. And 10 groups of 6 equals 60. And I'm also going to do 20 groups of 6, which is equal to 120. So now I start my problem, 6 divided into 124. And I look in my think box over here, and I see that if I do 20 groups of 6, it gives me the product of 120. And if I subtract 120 from 124, it leaves me with 4 left over. So my answer to 124 divided by 6 is 20 with a remainder of 4. All right, let's look at the problem 136 divided by 9. And our question is, how many groups of 9 are in 136? So I'm going to come over to the left-hand side, and I'm going to do 1 group of 9 equals 9. 5 groups of 9 equals 45. And 10 groups of 9 equals 90. And I'm just going to put a couple more, and I'm going to do 2 groups of 9 equals 18. Then I'm going to come over here and do 9 divided into 136. And with our numbers that are here in our think box, we want to get as close to 136 as possible. And I see that if I do 10 groups of 9, it gives me 90. So I'm going to take 90 and subtract it from 136, which leaves me with 46. And then if I look back at my think bubble, I see that 9 times 5 gets me to 45. So I'm going to do 5 groups of 9, which gives me 45. I subtract 45 from 46. It leaves me with 1. Then I look at the number of groups of 9s that I multiplied, and I did 10 groups and 5 groups. So there are 15 groups of 9 in 136, and we have 1 left over. So 136 divided by 9 is equal to 15 with a remainder of 1. Now let's look at 1,565 divided by 6. And let's make our think box, and we're going to start with 1 group of 6, which gives us 6. Then we're going to look at 2 groups of 6, which gives us 12. We're going to look at 10 groups of 6, which gives us 60. Then we're going to look at 20 groups of 6, which gives us 120. We're going to look at 100 groups of 6, which gives me 600. And then I'm going to also look at 200 groups of 6, which gives me 1,200. So now we're going to do the problem, and we're going to do 6 divided into 1,565. I want to get as close as possible, and if I look in my think box, I see that 200 groups of 6 gives me 1,200. I then subtract 1,200 from 1,565, and I get 365. Now I want to get as close to that as possible, and even though we didn't add it to our think box, I also know that 6 times 6 gives me 36. So 60 groups of 6 would give me 360. So we're going to do 60 groups of 6, which gives me 360. We subtract 360 from 365, and it leaves me with 5 left over. Then I look at the number of groups that I multiplied by 6, and I multiplied 260 groups. So the answer is 260 with a remainder of 5. And then I'm going to also put it above my box here. 260, remainder of 5.